like approve that it's okay that I record you, which I think is funny because I asked ready. There we go. Okay, cool.
There we go. Okay.
All right. So
All right.
welcome, Miss Erin
Excited to be
Hale,
here. Thank you.
Hosts and Ghosts. How are you
Yes.
doing tonight?
So good. So good. And having some
Good.
wine, talking to you. It's been a good night so far.
Yep, having a good time. Having a good time.
Yes.
All right. So, real quick before we hop in, I just wanted to chat about how we met and how we know each other. It's been quite a few years now.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
We've got to
Since
hit
the
some,
first boob grab. Yeah.
yeah, since the first boob grab.
Yeah.
That's quite the introduction, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We hopped right into it. Skipped a lot of
But we
things.
did. We first met at Octagon Hall, right? That's
Octagon
right.
Hall. Yep.
Octagon Hall. That was fun.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
was an anxiety-ridden mess though the whole time. You know, obviously I was trying to catch me a job, so I was a bit stressed out. But that place is an incredible location. I've never gotten to go back there, but I would really.
Me too. I've never been back there, but
really, was that your first time there as well?
That was my first time there as well.
Oh,
and that was the last time I was there as well.
Yeah,
that's the first and last time. So we need to go back.
Yeah, that basement. The basement was really cool. I remember, but upstairs, I got about halfway up the steps and I just like wanted to vomit. Like I just remember feeling like physically sick.
I got pushed against that little girl's room. I can't remember her name. I got pushed against the wall. Like I got knocked against the wall.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, time to go downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs for a minute.
Maybe not. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So that Octagon Hall is awesome. That was the place we met, one of the first locations we hit together. And then I believe after that, the next location we worked together was the Battleship here in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where the boob crab came into place because do you remember?
Yes,
because what that guy had let us down in the torpedo room, right? Yep. And we were walking around and I walked around that one area and boom, all of a sudden a soldier in full dress shows up. And you were walking up right there and I whap.
You did, you mom armed me. That's exactly.
Yeah. But then it did turn into a full-on grab. I mean, that was just
it did. It was perfect. It was a great icebreaker. Yeah. I think that was a moment for us.
Absolutely.
That's so funny.
It was great. That was an incredible investigation.
Absolutely.
That ship was really wild.
Yeah, it was. The couple times that I've been there with you have been really good ones.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten super lucky there. Yeah. And then of course the beautiful Brushy Mountain in Petros. Brushy Mountain.
Oh, soon, girl. I know. That place has my heart. It really does.
Yeah.
That place is incredible.
Something about it. It really it's I know it shouldn't feel like a light location, but for some reason it's one of the places where I was telling Brianna the other night, she was explaining this like a location that's just got a special place in her heart. And I said, it's like a warm blanket. Like for some reason, it's just like, I could just wrap myself up in Brushy Mountain and just be like the
absolutely.
Happy. Yeah.
It is. It's like the prisoners. Okay. Everybody says that D Ward is so bad. I had nothing but a great time in D Ward. And it's like the prisoners, if you show them just an ounce of respect, they're happy with you.
You'll be okay. Yeah.
You'll be okay. Yeah. It's like they kind of welcome you in and they play with you, but they're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Because I've never been affected to where they're going to hurt me at all. They've always been very respectful there.
I've seen other people. I did have one very odd experience at Brushy Mountain. I touched a little bit about it in my interview with Brianna as well. We were doing census in D Block and we were upstairs. And it was the darkest dark that I've ever seen, like with my eyes open. It was so dark. And when you rub your eyes too hard and you get like the white specks or, you can kind of see like little white dots.
Yeah.
I was having an issue in there with my eyes and I couldn't snap out of it. I couldn't see. I was kind of panicking. And afterwards I did have to, grab my trainer and ask, what am I supposed to do when that happens? And I have a group full of people that's this big because I couldn't, I could not
just walk out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, I touched this too. it's like I don't want to be the one having the experiences because
Mhm.
we were supposed to be showing the
About the
guests.
guests. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I was kind of I was trying to act like I was fine and I was not fine at all.
Right.
Um
That's hard to do, isn't it?
yeah, it
That happened to me at South Pittsburgh when I was rude one time.
yeah,
Not rude. I was bossy to something on the third floor, and this is before Ronnie D owned it. So this is
yeah,
when there was another owner, and the property manager there was very nice to me, and she's never
yeah.
done anything wrong to me, but she tend to have such a big heart. She let anybody come in and do anything.
Mhm.
So there were a lot of things that didn't belong there, if you catch my
Yeah.
drift.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so yeah, so upstairs I said, "You're being a little lazy, aren't you?" Instantly, the pressure on my back was so bad. I had to leave. I did. I had to leave like 5 minutes in. I had to go downstairs into the room where all of our equipment was and sit there for a minute, collect my thoughts because I thought, is this just me or am I really, is this really hurting me?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I was like, well, I'm going to have to carry on. So I went and I took the group from the third floor down to the basement.
Yeah.
And I thought, how am I
Great
going to
idea.
do this? Yeah.
Perfect time to hit the
Yeah, let's go down
basement.
to the basement. Yeah. Have you
Love
been to the
that.
basement? Right.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
So
good.
you
But
go
I
down
get it.
there
I
and
probably would have done the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, right. So I was like, it's a much better place. Oh. So I
Yeah.
go down there and I'm looking around and I'm looking for a trash can because I'm thinking I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna have to grab this trash can and like duck my head out the door. You couldn't like leave the door, it would lock behind you. So
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm gonna have to duck, puke, and get back to it. And I didn't throw up, thank God, by the good grace. So I ended up
Yeah.
going back upstairs and I ended up apologizing. I said, listen, I'm really sorry if I came across. And I think that's the last time I ever got pushy like that. And it was very early on in this whole venture for me. And
Yeah.
I
You
never did it
learn
again.
real quick. Real
Lesson
quick.
learned. Lesson learned. And now all I give is respect. That's it. I don't
Exactly.
care. I don't care what you did when you were living. If you're dead, I'd give you respect. You know?
Exactly. Yes.
And
Yeah. Yeah. There's a story to tell regardless of how you got there or what you
mm-hmm.
did
Yeah,
beforehand. You still have a story that
absolutely.
deserves respect and to be heard at least.
That's it. Yeah, they're there for some reason.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
I'm
it's
looking
been
forward to going there. I'm a little nervous, but I'm definitely excited to
oh
hit
god, it is
South.
the craziest place I've ever. That to me is the craziest place I've ever been to, and that's including the
Really?
Conjuring House.
Oh
Yes,
my gosh. Wow.
yes, yeah.
Mm.
So get ready.
My ghost hunting pants on. Yeah.
Yeah, get your ghost on pants on. Get ready because it's a
Yep. Yep.
ride. It's a ride.
I'm
It's
excited.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've got I would have to look, but we're right around like 130-ish days on our countdown until our little weekend to
Yes.
Tennessee. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
What is it that you have found for yourself here in this paranormal world that we are in?
Well, I always tell everybody it started. This whole venture started for me when I was 3. That was my first memory in life, and that's my first paranormal experience. They're paired together because when
Yeah.
I was little, we lived in Bettendorf, Iowa, and my father was a salesman, so he wasn't home a lot.
Hmm.
It was just my mom, my sister, my brother, and myself a lot of the times.
Yeah.
His dad he was the only one working. My mom, so he had to do everything on his own.
Yeah.
Work respect wise, she did everything at home.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not saying she's lazy, but anyhow, um,
Somebody has to do it.
yeah. Well, I was a tummy sleeper when I was a little girl, and so I would lay in bed, and I come from like the early '80s. I was born in the late '70s. I'm
Okay.
old, right? So we didn't have night lights. Night lights weren't a thing. We
Yeah.
weren't. It was like suck it up, Buttercup, go to bed kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Going to bed.
So my mom would come into the bedroom, she'd close the door, she'd sit on the edge of my bed, and she would rub my back shoulder to shoulder. And this happened for I don't know how long. I mean, I don't know like time wise each night. This happened for 3 years,
Yeah.
every night for 3 years. And I just thought it was my mom. I couldn't see her. She never said anything to me. She would just rub my shoulder back to back. So I just
Oh.
assumed it was my mom because I wasn't worried. I wasn't scared.
Hmm.
And I would get very aggravated with her and I would crawl under my bed because I would call her. I'd say, Mommy, stop. I want to sleep. Mommy, stop. You're
Hmm.
bugging me. So
Yeah,
I'd
like
get
I'm
up,
done.
sleep, I'm done. So I'd
Mhm.
get up and I'd sleep under my bed. Well, I didn't talk to anybody about it because I thought it was my mom, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward, and there's so many stories about this place. But with me sleeping under the bed, my mom just thought it was a weird
Thing that
phase
you
I was
did.
going through. Yeah, I was just going through some kind of phase. 3 years later, we moved from Bettendorf, Iowa to St. Paul, Minneapolis. And it dawned on me, my mom's not coming in my room anymore. So one day at breakfast, I said, Mom, why don't you come in my room anymore at night? And she said, What are you talking about, Erin? And I explained to her about the rubbing of my shoulders. And so she looked at my sister and she said, Teresa, have you been going in your sister's room when we lived in the other house and rubbing on her back? And my sister's 7 years older than me. So she was like, No,
Ew, no, yeah.
gross, yuck. Right. So
Mhm.
that's when I wasn't told it was haunted until later in life. But
Yeah.
that's when I feel like this whole venture started for me because when I was a teenager, that's where my mom told me that the house had been owned by a husband and wife with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And the husband had an affair on his wife with his secretary.
Oh
And he ran
no.
off with her. So he left her. So the
Mhm.
mom became an alcoholic. And the mother drank herself to death, literally drank herself to death in this house.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So my mom, and
Wow.
my mom, she was kind of like a closet drunk, all the time. Not
Mhm.
my mom, the woman, the woman that was there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
let me clear about that.
You're like, just to clarify, not my mother. Not
Yeah,
my mother.
yeah. My mom had replaced, I think it was the dishwasher she had replaced. And
Yeah.
next to the dishwasher, there was a space between the cabinet and the dishwasher. Well,
Yep.
there was a flask in there. And my mom had taken it out. And that's when all this shit started. Because
Okay.
my mom would go into the bathroom and she would see in the bathroom the reflection of the hallway. And she would see this little old lady, like gray haired woman, scuttle down the hallway down towards our bedrooms. She got sick and tired of it one day and chased the woman. She ran out of the bathroom, went into my sister's room because the woman had gone into my sister's room, and there was
Yeah.
a wet puddle in the middle of the floor, and it was alcohol. I'm not lying. It was alcohol. Yes,
Whoa.
yes. My
So everyone,
sister,
like your mom was also having experiences while you
yes.
were, and she was not, like you were not sharing with each
This
other.
gets deep. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sharing with her. She didn't share any of this with anybody in the family because she didn't want to scare us kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My sister, though, she will tell you the spirit did not like my sister or my
Really.
brother. She didn't like men, so she didn't mess with my brother. She didn't mess with my dad whenever he came home. He thought my mother was lunatic. She was going nuts.
Yep. Yep.
My sister, she wrapped my sister's sheets around her neck and tied them around her neck one night. She woke up. So the woman did not like my sister either. She did not like my mother. She only liked me. And I
That,
think that's because I called her mom.
yeah,
And it's
because
really deep and sad.
you just
It's
rolled
so
with it.
sad.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That really is, holy cow.
it's really bad. So and it's really funny because when when we moved from the house, my parents, when they first bought the house, it was like this crappy yellow, like baby poop yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Mm-hmm.
painted it a blue. When they sold the house and moved, whoever bought the house again painted it that same color, that baby pukey poop yellow,
That's
nasty. Yeah,
weird,
weird, really weird. I really want to go back there and ask those people if they've,
right?
like, is there still
Was
somebody here?
was
Yeah,
there a
because my mom,
reason?
yeah, because when my mom was leaving, when we were moving, she told the moving company, she said that flask and that cabinet, because my mother finally, near the end of the time before we moved, she said, Listen, I've got your flask. I'm sorry I screwed up. Leave us alone. Listen, and it goes as deep as this. Our babysitter refused to come over and babysit us at the house because she was terrified because the doorknobs would start shaking, the windows would start rattling.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
She called
Okay.
her dad. They lived across the street. She called her
Yeah.
dad to come back to the house to look because she's like, I think there's somebody playing a prank on me. Can you help me? I'm scared. So he comes across the street. He said, Honey, there's nobody here. She got us kids and we went across the street, never came back in our house
Oh.
ever. Yeah. Isn't that wild? So sometimes I wonder if because I was connected to this woman And she
Yeah,
was connected to me. I mean, because I thought she was my
absolutely.
mom. So
Yeah.
she must have had some. I wonder if that,
And that's such a long amount of time
yeah,
to have that connection.
every night, like
That's
Monday to Monday, every
that is
night,
so wild. Oh my
3
gosh.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really, I mean, I'd like to, if I could hug her, if I could hug a
Yeah,
spirit, I
right.
would. I would thank her because this has been the best ride of my life. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it was like the perfect beginning that you didn't even know you
yeah,
needed
I
or
had
that it
no
was
idea.
happening.
Yeah, because even as growing up as a teenager, I didn't talk to friends about it. I didn't. There was one time we played a Ouija board in my dining room. My parents were gone. We lit some candles, and my mom had gotten these really nice gift candles, gift candle holders. They were crystal candle holders,
Yeah.
solid crystal. They were really thick,
Oh yeah.
and they had tea light candles in them. And we were playing the Ouija board, and we got spooked. This is why I never play the Ouija board to this day.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
Because of this experience, because we got really
I've
spooked.
never touched one in my
I
life
don't
and
like them.
I won't. I
Yeah,
won't.
I don't no, and a lot of people argue that it's the same asking a spirit to come talk to you for an EVP through as it is through the board. And I have to respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
Everybody's entitled to their own thought process. It
Yeah.
doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I get bad uh, happenings in my life when I play with the Ouija board because that
Yeah.
night, as soon as we got done and we didn't know really how to, it was a game.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
know we didn't know how to close it out, how to.
Hmm. Or
Nothing
like
like that came up.
safe playing or practicing, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So we get done. We just take our hands off the board. We're just like, oh, that was great. There was no goodbye. There was no nothing like that. There was really no rules. I mean, it was a Hasbro game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I know it's creepy. It's creepy.
It
It's
is.
awful. What
It
a
is.
terrible idea. But
Yeah.
so in that night, as soon as we got done and everybody took their hands off the board, the candles split. The whole candle holder split. This candle holder was like this thick, right?
Oh my God.
It had a little bitty tea light in it, just a little tea
Yeah.
light, and the whole thing just split.
Holy shit.
It freaked everybody out, so they left me alone in the house. My parents were
Oh
at home. I was
no.
like
Of
16
course.
years old.
Of
Oh my
course. And
god.
you end up alone.
I went to bed. I immediately went to bed. Like I have not run up those stairs so fast ever. So I like take off up the stairs, close my door, go to bed. I wake up.
Yeah, that's
I'm in
scary.
bed. I roll over and I wake up and there is a little boy. There's a little boy standing next to my bed. Children are the scariest. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Even
Yes.
living children, being a
Yeah.
mom, I know you know that
Oh
when you're
yeah.
laying in bed and there's a child standing over you, like staring at you, you about come unglued. They're
Yes.
lucky they
I'm
don't get sucker
terrified of
punched.
my children and they're
Yeah,
living.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
Oh
right?
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some
So
little mystery little boy in my room in the middle of the night.
yeah, no,
Mm.
I was freaked out, and I didn't even talk to him. I was so scared because I didn't know how to react, and so I literally put my head under the covers. And I was like, just go away, go away, go away. And I pulled him down and I looked and he's still there. So I pulled
Oh
him up and
no. Oh
I
my
just stayed like
God.
that. And I was like, I was shaking, terrified, terrified. Never in my life. So that was the end of Ouija boards for me. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I've heard a lot of, conflicting things about the Ouija board that, like you said earlier, anything that you use to communicate with spirit could technically be
yes.
considered. But there is a difference. And
Mm-hmm.
especially if your intentions, like you said, you guys were playing, it was a game, you were doing it for shits and
Yes.
giggles, like
Yes.
there was
That's
no
it.
rhyme or reason, and it can be
Oh,
really
we were just
dangerous.
when is so and so gonna die? Is so and
Yeah.
so going to love me forever? That kind of thing. There
Yep.
was nothing, there was no reaching out and trying to connect with anybody in specific. So it
Mhm.
is not safe. It just
Yeah.
wasn't safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. No idea what you might be messing with.
No, no,
Mhm.
no idea.
Yeah,
It's
that's scary.
creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Mm-mm,
Not at
mm-mm.
all. Yeah,
No,
nope.
thank you. So just,
So
all
It
those things
started
combined define
a
me, I
long
guess.
time ago.
It's
Yeah.
long time ago. It's
Wow.
always been a part of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always had a thing for the macabre too,
Yeah.
you know, an
Yep.
odd thing for macabre. So
Yeah. Yeah. Just being a little bit of an oddball.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I like being an oddball.
Me too.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Me and you
Yeah.
both. Yeah. It fits. It's perfect.
It does.
Perfect.
It does.
So, before we hit the next question that I want to ask you, what
Mhm.
is it that you are drinking on tonight, ma'am?
I'm drinking, well, this bottle is empty. I think
Ooh.
it's Castello Poggio. It's strawberry.
Ooh.
It's strawberry. I have Moscato downstairs, so I'll be drinking some Moscato if my husband ever gets my text to bring it upstairs.
When he brings it on up to you, yeah, you might just
If he
have to call
releases
him
them,
and just hit the
I
phone down.
probably will.
Help!
It's
Help!
empty.
Wine
I'm just
delivery.
yeah. Can
Yep.
you please give me some wine?
So, my third meeting in a row, I am drinking Riesling. This is kind of just what I'm hooked on at the moment. I really like,
Yeah.
um, I like a, I like Moscato, but I
Mm-hmm.
drank Moscato for a really long time. And it's like super, super sweet, but I don't like
Yeah.
really dry wine either. So I feel like this Riesling is like just like
Happy medium.
in the middle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that.
I never would have tried it, but my mom likes it a lot. So she had some here at the house one time, and I was like, I'll give it a whirl. I had like 2 glasses, and I was like,
It's
this
pretty
might be the
good.
one.
This is pretty
Yeah,
good.
this might be the one. Yep, yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I'm interested to see where this question takes us. And before I ask this question, have a question that kind of comes from what we were just talking about. So, um, when you were 3 and you were having these experiences with this woman in your room, I know you
Mhm.
said it was really dark, so you couldn't see her. But then, when you were a teenager, you were like able to see that little boy. So has that been is that a gift that you've always had, or did that kind of
I
happen
don't,
organically as you?
yes, I would say organically
Yeah.
because I mean, it kind of happens over time. There was a situation, there are these little moments in my life that if I look back and I pinpoint them, it almost has a pattern throughout my life. Going from those moments forward, I didn't notice any kind of pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one day, I mean, this is like, I would say 5 years ago,
Hmm.
about 5 years ago,
Yeah.
um, things started happening. Things would happen. I would know things that I shouldn't know, you know. And Tyler, of course,
Oh yeah.
fostered that in me. He was like, "You need to focus." A lot of people did.
Yeah.
Him, Pam, a lot of them did.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fostered that, and
Well,
they said, "You
I'm
need to
sure that they
listen."
also knew that you probably had a gift that maybe you didn't even know that
Yes,
you had. So
yes,
yeah,
yes. And I was very adamant against it because sometimes words, titles that get put with certain gifts, I think, um,
it's too
negate the
boxy.
gift. It negates the gift because
Yeah.
people are like, yeah, right, okay,
Hmm.
dial
Hmm.
1-900 kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's not, that's so I don't ever put a title on it. I just think it's
Yeah.
sometimes when spirits want somebody to know something, they look for the brightest light they can see there in the moment and they go there and they try to tell them. And I feel like
Yeah.
I've been able to pick up on that throughout the years.
Definitely.
Um, and now it's just kind of natural to me. Now it
Yeah.
just kind of happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I'm not really one that's going to walk up to somebody. I'm still not comfortable just walking up to a total stranger being like, oh, by the way, did you know that your aunt left this necklace on the third shelf to the left off of a bedroom and it's there for you? I don't do that. I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable doing that. But if I'm in
Yeah.
the moment with somebody or if I'm at a location and they're
Hmm.
trying to tell me something, I will listen and I will say what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like pictures, they'll show
Receiving.
me pictures. Yeah, whatever I receive. So it's not, I mean, I'm no more special than anybody else though. Everybody can do it.
Yeah.
You just have to foster it.
Tap tap
Yeah.
into that little bit of
Yeah.
magic that everybody has.
Everybody has it. Everybody has
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we my best friend Maria, who owns the salon that I work the boutique in,
Mm-hmm.
her and I were talking about like manifestation and how real that is. And
Yes.
the
Yes.
tension is just everything. So I'll like just really real quick little funny story. So
Yeah.
a month or so ago, my 10-year-old son was playing with a yo-yo in my room, swinging it, flies off his hand, hits my husband's 65-inch TV and like busts it, right? Totally busts.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So my husband really wants a new TV. I really want my nails done. I really want a facial. Like we all want things, but we don't always
Right.
just get what
Right.
we want all the time.
That's
Well,
right.
he magically, there's a new 65-inch TV in my room, right?
Right.
So the day after he got this new TV, Maria and I were talking a little bit of shit at work, and we were like, I was like, I feel like there's so many other things, that could have been priority right now, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Granted, we do have 3 kids. Like we need a decent TV. That's a fact. Blah
Yes.
blah.
Yes. Yeah.
But I was a little salty about it. Well, Maria and I had the thought, but I didn't say it out loud. Okay,
Okay.
because I just know better. But
Right.
her and I we're sitting outside, and she was like, "Oh God, I hope the TV blows up." And I was like, "Right, yeah." I was like,
Oh
I did think that, but I didn't say it out loud.
no.
Me and my son are sitting in here 2 days ago folding laundry, and now this TV has been in this room for like maybe a month.
Oh no.
Jackson's right outside the room, and I'm right here, and
Oh
we're
my
folding,
God.
and all of a sudden the TV is like flashing these like crazy colors, and there's lines all through it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And I like quick grabbed the remote, and
Oh
I
my
turned it
God.
off. And me and Jackson kind of looked at each other, and he was like, "I didn't do it this time."
You're
And
like, no, I know you didn't.
I was like, "I don't think you did, bud." So I turned it back on, and it was still messed up. So then I unplugged it, left it for a while, uh, got it functioning again. But this little freak out that it did, it's happened 2 more times. And when
Oh,
it's having the freak out, I can see these like horrible black splotches behind the screen. Like something
oh,
in that TV went.
oh my God.
Yeah, so now I'm just kind of waiting for it to like shit the bed.
Oh my God. Is
So,
there a look? I just gotta ask. You have a warranty on this thing?
man, I honestly I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'd have to ask him. Yeah, I haven't even told him yet. He's been out of town for the week for work, and I have not told him. I have not told him the
Yeah, yeah.
TV.
There's a time and a place. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
time and a place.
yeah,
Just wait
and
until
it's
he
like
gets
not
home
right
and
now.
no.
But yeah, that manifestation,
Mm,
like we were,
it's a powerful thing.
it was just like conversation we were having, and she was like, we were both just, fucking around. And God, I wish that TV would just blow up.
Yeah, but you put it into words, man.
Exactly.
You put it into
Yes.
motion. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying really hard this
that's
year specifically. I'm a storm cloud, like just me as a person. But it's like funny. Like I'm dark and I'm strange and just
yes,
like negativity. Yeah, but like I always try to make it funny, but I'm learning
absolutely.
now as I'm getting older and deeper in what we do that
Hmm.
like even when you're joking, negativity is still negativity. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. So I'm trying to just be like more of a positive person. Like I'm still gonna be my storm
Yeah.
cloud, but like I need a rainbow somewhere, you
Just a
know?
little mini rainbow, just a little one in
Yeah,
the corner, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, just a little one.
yeah.
That'd be good.
Because yeah, if you're putting positive energy and intentions into things, good things do happen. And
Yeah,
the same thing the other way around. So
you're exactly
yep,
right.
yep.
Manifestation isn't, I mean, too many people don't believe in it. It's
Yeah,
crazy because it really
exactly.
works. One way or the other, it really works.
It really, really
Yep.
does.
And that, the scary thing is about inadvertently doing something like that because you weren't meaning, you didn't literally mean it. It's just when you thought it, maybe at the time it had a little meaning behind it,
Hmm.
and it happened. And that's the scary
Absolutely.
thing. How many people are walking around manifesting things to happen and they're happening and they have no idea that they've done that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think about that. I think about that often.
Yeah.
Like I'll say to myself, "Oh, like, damn, it's gonna be a shitty money week at work," and then It is.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, you just
Yeah.
change that attitude and your energy and just how you feel,
Yeah.
and come off, and things might have a little turnaround.
That's right. Amazing. It's worth a shot. Hey, if it works one way, it's got to work the other, right? It's just,
Exactly. Well, I'll keep you updated because
yeah,
I'm
please do.
trying
Please
over here.
do. Please do.
Yes, yes, for sure, for
You
sure.
do have some of the weirdest things happen to you. I mean, it's crazy.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have started writing a book probably 20 years ago.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might. I mean, they're all in here somewhere. I have like super photographic memory, so if I've ever like thought it or
Yeah.
seen it ever before in my life, it's in there. So
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
probably work. I could probably work a book out of there.
I think you should try that. I think I'd read it.
I just
I
might.
know I'd read it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Podcast host,
Yeah.
author.
Like,
Oh, especially
ooh, look, you brought it.
beautiful. I'm here for it. All right.
Yes.
So while you're pouring,
Mm-hmm.
this is the question that I kind of pushed off a little so I could go like backtrack. But
Okay.
uh, as far as paranormal experiences have gone,
Mm-hmm.
what is the experience for you that, like, when people ask, it's the story you tell, or the moment that
Okay.
really molded and shaped and changed you?
Yes.
Where were you? How did it happen?
So there are two moments. Is that fair? Do I get two moments?
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
Okay. So two moments. When my son was 2 years old,
Hmm.
my husband really likes the band Slayer. I can't stand Slayer. And so, right, he loves them.
Yep, that's funny.
And I was messing with him because he got some concert tickets. And the concert was at a former church. So it was at the Tabernacle, right?
Yep.
And which is, oh God, it's beautiful, the Tabernacle. It's beautiful. But um I was teasing him saying, "You're listening to the devil's music," because the tour was called God Hates Us All.
Hmm.
Okay. I think it was Slayer. I'm pretty 99% sure this was Slayer. Anyhow, the tour was called God Hates Us All, and it was in a former church. So I was like, how? I mean, that's like really bad, right?
You're
I mean,
like,
that's kind of like pushing the
stir in the
envelope.
pot.
Yeah,
Stir in the pot.
completely stirring that pot. So I was like,
Yeah.
"You're listening to the devil's music," and I was just ragging him about it. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
And one night, after doing it a couple times in a row to him, we were laying in bed. He was sound asleep. I was sound asleep, and I get woken up to something grabbing my ankles. Like, and I'm talking like they grabbed him, like boom, and grabbed a hold of him. So it woke me up. And there was something at the end of the bed that was darker than dark. And I know you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Like blacker than
Yeah.
black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
can't like it's like the abyss right
It's
there.
nothing. Is
It's
it's
nothing.
it's nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. Well, it
Like
let go of my
darkness is
ankles.
darkness. It's
Yeah, darker
something
than
that
dark.
is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful. It
Mhm.
let go of my ankles and it swooped. So it it jumped up and it swooped up in my face as I was laying in bed. And it was that close to my face. And I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. I mean, I think that was the first time in my life I had been scared frozen.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. I could breathe, but I couldn't like inhale, exhale,
Yeah.
good. All
Yeah.
I could do was lay there and pray. Seriously, that's all I knew to do was to
Mhm.
pray that it would just go away. Just pray it away. Whatever I
Yeah.
could do.
Yeah.
I just wanted this thing gone. And that's the only thing I could think of in the moment. And it finally went away. And then I was able to move and wake up my husband. And um that really got me because it just terrified me that something like that could manifest itself in my bedroom
Absolutely.
in Cleveland. I mean, this little
Yeah.
town in
Yeah.
Tennessee,
In
and
my
just
house. Like, why?
yeah, like, and you're gonna do this to me out of
Yeah.
everybody in the universe, everybody, you're showing up here. Come
Yeah.
on, you're knocking on the wrong door. So that really got me. That one,
Definitely
and that's a
seems
very
to like that was meant to put fear into you.
yes,
Like
yes.
that was meant to scare you.
Yes, to get me to shut up. They
Yeah.
need to go to that concert. And and I'm not saying Slayer's bad. I'm not saying anything like that, but it was just the energy around the topic and that
Yeah.
happened. So that really got me. And then the other time was, and this is all before my daughter was born, so maybe she's my good luck charm. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when my son was 6 months old, we moved in a house on Lewis Street here, and it was just a little brick house, a little 2-bedroom house, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, tiny little house, and it was haunted. It didn't start until about 2 weeks after we moved in, which is about typical because
Yeah.
you're moving stuff, your mind's on moving, you're not thinking. Well, then I started hearing music, and my husband was on third shift, so he worked third shift, and I'm with Brandon alone, this 6-month-old baby by myself. And I had this weird feeling. I was scared, but we weren't we were in the county, but we weren't out in the sticks, you know.
Yeah.
But I was terrified for some odd reason, and I thought I was scared of the outside. And
Yeah.
I started sleeping with a
Oh,
knife
yeah.
next to the bed. I would hear old music, like 20s music playing from the kitchen, and I'd be like, we didn't have a radio. I mean, except like when you plug in, it was unplugged and it was tucked away.
Yeah, not a radio that you
Um,
would be hearing that kind of
yeah.
like
Oh,
music
yeah.
from.
Yeah. And so it just it all manifested. It all grew into, there's two spirits in the house. There was a husband and a wife. The husband died. He was in a wheelchair. He had Alzheimer's when he passed away, but he was a very angry gentleman.
Oh no.
She was not. She was very loving. She would come to the side of the bed and hug me. Um, and you could feel a warm hug. It wasn't cold, it was warm.
Yeah.
He would make you have night terrors. He would show up. I would got my husband some medicine. He needed some heartburn medicine or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom to go get it, and there was a big picture window in the kitchen, and there was a security light outside that would shine in. And I turned around to leave the bathroom, and there's this man standing in the kitchen, a shadow man that's like 6.5 feet tall, solid, like no light was going through him because the light was shining through the window and he's blocking it. He's in my kitchen. And
Yeah.
I knew it was nobody living and breathing. There was nobody flesh and blood. I knew what it was because
Yeah, you knew
I
what
just,
you were looking at when you saw it.
yeah. And I just said, please, just, I'm getting my husband some medicine. I'm so sorry. Please excuse me.
Yeah, just
Just let me
leave
give him
me.
this
Leave
medicine.
me.
I couldn't even look at him. I was just please, just please let me go
Oh
back to
my
bed.
God.
I was terrified. And my son would, we ended up having to put a baby gate in the hallway because our bedrooms are kind of catty cornered from each other. So he could
Yeah.
just come running into our bedroom because
Yeah.
he would start screaming at night. And
Yep.
at first we thought, well, maybe it was just getting used to a new bed because we had put him in a toddler bed, that kind of thing. But nah, because he started holding hands that weren't there in his high chair.
Oh,
He'd start
wow.
talking to people. And that really got me
Oh,
because that was a terrible time in our life. There was a lot of stress on us. We were a very young couple.
yep.
We had a new baby. I'm 6 months old. So it was really a very trying time. And on top
Already
of
a
all of
lot.
this, yeah, on top of this, there's this paranormal thing going on that Danny didn't really understand was going on. He thought I was losing my mind. He
Yeah, I
started
was gonna
thinking I was
ask
gonna,
you how was he reacting to like,
yeah,
was he
he
also
thought,
experiencing things or was he
you
just
know
hearing
what?
from you?
This is funny. This is funny because he was hearing them from me. And what, like, the breaking point for me was when I was in bed and I saw Danny come into the bedroom. I woke up and he was standing next to the bed.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I said, "What are you doing?" Because he's just staring at me. And he continued to stare at me. So I sat up on the edge of bed. I know I wasn't dreaming. I said, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, like, are
And
you
he wouldn't,
okay? That probably
yeah,
scared you. Yeah.
terrified me. I stood up and I went to go push him on his chest, like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" My hands went through him. It wasn't him, it was a doppelganger. Right. So Danny thought I
That's
was
one of my
crazy.
biggest fears right there. I don't like
It,
that at all. I don't know
no,
why something about that, like, really fucking freaks me out.
that was my breaking point. I lost it. So I ran down the hallway into the living room, fall down in front of him, and I'm like panting in fear. what did I just see? I just saw my husband, but it wasn't my husband. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't you.
right. That really got me. And so he thought somebody broke in. So he went running through the house thinking somebody had broken in the house. And
He
they
was gonna
didn't.
find somebody. Yeah.
Right. And he was like, it was a dream. Okay. Yeah. I know it
Yeah.
wasn't, but okay.
Yeah.
So I went on to sleep. So Danny lays in bed. I'm sound asleep. And he says, all right, I'm tired of this. And he said, if you're really here, I could kill him for this. He said, if you're really here, I want you to do something significant. Pull these covers off the bed right now. I'm asleep in bed, Megan. I'm asleep in bed next to him. And he says this. Those covers flew off of that bed. He said he just laid there.
What
We had no
else did
covers
you
on us.
do?
He was terrified. And that was a good moment for me because then suddenly he's
Confirmation.
like, yeah, I get it. Now I get it. You're right. It's
Yeah.
haunted.
You're like, this gives
That
me
was
like 7 more days out of a straitjacket. Thank you, sir.
That's right.
Yep.
Now I don't have to take
Yep.
those meds. Thank you. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it was one of
yeah.
those great moments of relief for me.
Yes.
I mean, the relief that came off my shoulders that somebody believed me that this was really happening. You know, because who else am I going to tell? People that I worked with? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was 22 years old when this happened. 22. I was a
A
child.
baby. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So that really and we couldn't have left that house soon enough. But I will tell you, we found out that the owner of that house lived across the street from us. This was, and she had built the house across the street for herself. This was the house that her parents lived in. And the strange thing was the bathroom that Danny had, there were scratch marks on the door. And we thought somebody, when we first moved in, we thought somebody had a dog. That
Uh-huh.
no, these were right at wheelchair height. Yes, there was a lock on the outside of the bathroom door, not on the inside of the bathroom door. You see,
Oh my God.
there was a sliding glass door off the dining room
Yeah.
onto this little concrete patio.
Yeah.
And we thought they installed the door wrong until we realized
It
you
was
could lock it. Mm-hmm. You could lock it from the outside. So that's the daughter must have had to lock the doors from the outside to keep him safe. And I suppose it was the way this sliding glass door was installed that she didn't think that she needed to change it.
Yeah.
I don't know what her thought. She was like Satan spawn anyway. She was this
Yeah,
redheaded
right.
lady that would wear in Tennessee heat. Tennessee heat, this woman would wear long sleeves, a hat, jeans. She'd wear layers. I mean, I know she's redheaded and she was sensitive to the sun, but I swear to you, that was Satan spawn anyway.
Yeah, she was
So
roasted.
something tells me, she was abusing her dad. Yeah, she was
simmering.
Yeah, to say the least.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap.
So I'd say those two moments define me.
Yeah, like combined for sure.
Yeah, that.
Has your husband, has Danny had any other experiences since then? Like, is he?
We have, so this house we live in now,
Yeah.
I see this running man. That's the only way I know how to put him. Not in the house, outside the house, right? So he'll be on the street out here, and he will start down here, and he'll run up this way, and then he starts down here, runs up this way, and runs down, runs up. And I thought at first maybe it was residual energy. And I had said to the kids years, because we moved in this house in 2010.
Oh, it made my eyes water.
Yeah, 2010. And then I told the kids about this a few years ago, and it was crazy how this happened. I said, kids, did you know we have a running man? You know, this is after I'm in the paranormal.
Yeah,
getting energy on. And Brandon goes, what are you talking about? And I said, there's a shadow man that runs from the cow field down here up the street. He'll just start running really fast. I don't know what he's doing. Brandon, my son Brandon, his eyes about popped out of his head because he said, Mama, he said, you're never going to believe this. Carrie, who used to live there, used to say there was a shadow man who used to run back and forth. And I thought she was a liar. I used to call her a liar. I said, well, hot damn, she was telling you the truth.
Oh
right?
My God.
So this guy,
I love nothing more than when things just like,
Yeah.
just
It
like
just
that.
mesh.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Right. So then Danny's like, what are you talking about? I said, there's this running man. And so we had a bonfire. And I said, Danny, I need you to turn around and see this. And he
Yeah.
looks and he saw it. He saw it was running from one house to another, from the yard to the yard, yard to the yard, behind us, not over here, not this way, this
Not where
way.
you normally see it.
Yeah, because usually he's right outside. I can
Yeah.
see him whenever. He's always out there. So then he started going between these houses. And one day and so he doesn't like it. He doesn't like messing with the paranormal. He believes in it
Yeah.
because of our haunted house on Lewis Street. He believes in this. He does not like messing with it. He thinks you shouldn't have anything to do with it, which is fine.
My
This is
too.
why, yeah, he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to come on any investigations, nothing. But he's supportive of me.
You won't ever meet mine because he's like,
no, yeah,
I'm staying home.
Yeah, my husband's antisocial. He's like, I'm not. Nope, you can have it. But he's supportive of me, which I appreciate, right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, so then he's so I was like, okay, I know this is real then. I mean, I wasn't making this up. Because sometimes you know how that goes. Sometimes you see something and you're like, did I really just see that? Or was that,
yes, you really you can trick your mind into thinking that like you didn't
you can explain it away. Yeah, you can explain it away.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one day I was at home in the kitchen cooking here. And I turn around because I'm going to start going downstairs because I need something to drink because we have a fridge downstairs to keep some of our wine.
Yeah. In a basement.
The basement fridge. Yeah, we have the basement fridge and then we have the kitchen fridge. The milk and stuff like that's upstairs.
Yeah.
This stuff is downstairs. So I was going to go downstairs and get a drink.
Yeah.
And hot shit, if this dude didn't show up in my house, he froze, I froze. It was the funniest moment. I was like,
shut up.
Yes. Oh, and he was just, and there's no face. He's just a shadow. But I swear if he had a face, he would have been like,
she can see me. Yeah. Oh shit.
I didn't mean to come in the house. And as soon as he ran in, boom, after there's like a 2-second, oh shit.
Where you both, yeah.
And then he bolted. Then he was gone. And he's never been back since.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
yeah,
he
I don't think
broken, entered, and got caught.
Yes. Yeah. Can you believe that? That was fun. That was a fun one.
That is so intense. That's intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that, like that a couple other pieces all just came so perfectly
together.
Yeah.
Came together.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That is definitely the best. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this was a time. This was definitely a time. Yeah. Before we go, I do want you to give me a little rundown on what it is that you have planned this year. Where are you going? What are you looking forward to the most?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I have to look. We're going so I have
but
I have 2 different I'm on the Tennessee Shadow Chasers.
Yes.
And it's just a group of us, ladies and one gentleman that get together and we like to go to these places and we put all of our adventures on TikTok. We have this new tradition that before every investigation, we have to do a dance. It doesn't matter what dance.
I love it.
We just do a dance, right? And it goes on TikTok. Yeah, it just goes on TikTok every time because we're into the paranormal, but we're not so serious that we always bring the spirits down. You got to bring them up a little bit.
Yeah. Too, yeah. I totally agree. I think that's good to go in like excited, but not just excited about the spirits and the location. Excited because you're spending time with people you love. You're doing something.
Just blink. Is your TV on? What's on? There was like a blink, blink, like a light. Like where are you? Like on your left.
I have there's a lamp with like an LED light bulb in it. It's like purplish colored. Is that what the hue is?
Maybe, but it was blinking.
Just a second ago, I thought I saw something flash behind me, so I leaned up and I turned around because I
saw that.
I thought this cat ball was on, but it wasn't flashing. So, but I
it was
moved my head.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you play this back and you look, you'll see it.
I'll have to scope it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
What time is
yeah,
it? So I can go back and look now. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
9:21. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so what were we saying? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Where are you
So
going? Doing?
we're going to so many places. I know we're going to West Virginia Penitentiary.
Oh,
We
yes. Yeah.
are, yeah, we're going to Bleckley County Jail
Ooh.
March 2nd. I'm
So
looking at my
that's soon.
calendar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Bleckley County Jail. I can't, it's, I believe it's down in Georgia. It's kind of
I
near
was gonna
Atlanta.
ask, is that like that's kind of like probably a little more local for you guys, or not?
Yes.
Not local, but
Not local, but local-ish. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Drivable. We've been to historic Harriman Hospital, which was epic.
I would love to go there.
And
I would
yeah,
so love to go there.
that place is insane. We're going to Smith County Courthouse. We have a private investigation at a house, and we're just trying to come up with a time. But he wants to see what's going on, and he wants them to make sure that our evidence matches up with his evidence, and
Yeah,
he's not losing his mind.
absolutely,
Yeah, that'll be our
absolutely.
second house investigation, private. And when I say private investigation, I mean like an actual person's house.
Hmm.
So, it's kind of one of the, it's really
Yeah,
cool that we're able to do that.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Especially if I mean, you really could end up like helping him.
yeah,
That's really neat. I love that. I think
yeah,
you will all be great for that.
yeah.
That's
We are so branching out like that. We really want to help people out as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And then we're going to, like I said, West Virginia. We're
Mhm.
going to Brushy Mountain. We're going back to South Pittsburgh. Um, we try to plan everything out in advance, but sometimes we see a place and we have to hit it
Hop
right then
on.
and
Yeah,
there, right?
when you get the
That's like
opportunity.
Scott County Jail. We love the Scott County Jail here in Tennessee. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And then, of course, Haunted Raven events. I
Yep.
will be helping out haunted events or haunted Raven events as well. So
That's so.
Fairfield, I think Fairfield and then ISS are the
Hmm.
first two that we're going to. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
That'd be
gosh.
awesome.
And I
Because
think
I miss running a group. I miss running groups like that. It's crazy. I
yeah.
really like investigating for ourselves
Yep.
because you can ask certain questions and you can go in the direction you want to go in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you're leading groups, man, there's nothing like that energy.
About it. Hmm.
Yeah.
I
It's
totally
amazing.
agree. Yeah. And I feel um blessed for many different reasons, but a lot of the learning that I did and things that I was taught, I learned from
Mhm.
some really incredible people. So
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. I love groups, running groups, and
Yeah.
it definitely freaked me out a lot at first. Like I'm not a like public speaker, and like getting in front of a
Right.
whole bunch of people makes me really nervous. So
Yeah.
broke down a lot of walls, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that I liked teaching, and
Right?
like doing like I had no idea. I would have never known.
Yeah.
So I agree,
No.
though. I do miss that too. Yeah,
Yeah. There's just a certain, I don't know, energy to it. It's
yeah,
because you
yeah.
all the different energies. It's unbeatable.
Yeah, and
It's fun.
it's really fun watching a guest that thinks you're full of shit
Yes.
very
Yes.
rapidly turn into a guest that wants to hold your hand the rest of the night.
Yes. Or has
I
to just
just
go
love
outside and leave. They're done. They're done.
that. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that too. Yep. Oh, you
That
guys hit so
sometimes will,
early. Yeah,
yeah.
we're real tired. Have a good night.
I'm ready to go. I had a
Mhm.
woman cry. She was like, "What was that shit? What was that shit?" And I said, "Well, that was what you're here
Is
for.
that not
That's a
why you
spirit."
came? Yeah.
Yeah, and she goes, "I'm done. I'm done." And on the other hand, she said, "I'm done." She goes outside and she starts crying, and I said, "It's okay. Just take a breath. Take your
Yeah,
shoes
it
off.
doesn't
Put your
have
feet
to
in the
be
grass. It's
scary.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We're all in this together. We're all going to come to answers. It's okay." And she said, "No, it's my birthday weekend and I'm going to ride an elephant tomorrow and I want to ride an elephant tomorrow. I am not going to die." So it had me cracking up. It was
Oh my
silly.
God. I love that
It
because
was
it wasn't
silly.
even about the paranormal experience. It was about the
It's
elephant.
Lucy the elephant. She
Well,
just wanted to ride an
honestly,
elephant.
if I had plans to ride an elephant, I definitely would not be in
Those shoes. Right. I
some
wouldn't
kind
be.
of
Yeah.
haunted location within like 12
Yeah.
hours before that.
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah.
No. I just run to ride the
Hmm.
elephant.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here for the elephant, man.
Yes.
Well, this was This was wonderful, Erin. I really appreciate you taking some time to sit with me tonight. It
Thank
had
you.
been a while since I'd seen your lovely face, and
Yes.
counting down the days. I have to look again to see, but we're looking at May 31st and
Mhm.
June 1st for Old South
Yes.
Pittsburgh and Brushy
Yes.
Mountain.
Mhm.
So everybody keep an eye out for that. You'll be hearing from both of us. Maybe we can
Yes.
hop on a live or something while we're there.
That would be awesome.
Cool stuff. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Cool,
Yes.
cool. Well, give me a
Sweet.
little toast and we will head out for the evening. It was wonderful.
Got
Love
it.
you. Have a
Love you
great
dearly.
night. Bye.